Hey YouTube, it's Jackson, and this is my 6.5 months on testosterone update. It's getting harder to make these videos because all my changes seem to be the same, and I'm getting more dysphoric, so yeah, that kind of puts a hold on making a video because you're just too damn depressed to actually do it, and then when I see myself, uh, yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna delete this. Um, so for changes, facial hair, I have to shave my neck every 2 days down here, and my facial hair is starting to come in. I mean that helps with my facial dysphoria because it's just too feminine for myself. I don't like it. Um, my voice is at its like preteen little stage where it just wants to crack a lot and it's not as deep as I want it to be. So, uh, my hands have gotten more veins, more masculine looking, um, more hair on my arms, it's coming up my triceps and shoulders and my chest. My stomach has got a lot of hair. My forearms are actually a lot bigger than they have ever been and more solid. I'm starting to get veins coming through here, like there, starting to break out in veins, which is cool because that's kind of what I want. Um, my girlfriend, yeah, I started to see somebody and we're put the labels on there now. She tells me I have a man back now. It's a lot wider than it was when we first met. Um, so that's good. And she's fully accepting too. So that's a plus. Joint pains. I guess last month I was having a lot of joint pains, like in my hips, my lower back, my knees, my legs actually, some of my shoulders. So my mom told me that it was probably growing pains, because I guess when my brother was going through puberty, he'd wake up like screaming with pain in his legs and stuff. I don't know, just our body type must be. Yeah, so I guess that's it for changes, and I'll jump in a little bit like with some personal stuff. Um, my stepdad surprisingly has been way better with pronouns and adapting to everything than my mom and sister and brother and whatever. So when I came out in high school as being lesbian, my stepdad he's homophobic, so he's like, okay, this is happening, and it took him a bit to get around to it. And then I came out as being trans, and I figured, okay, he's really gonna have an issue with me now. So lately, I've been having a lot of car troubles, and he's a mechanic, so we've been spending a lot more time with each other, out and dealing with car people and dealerships and garages and uh, the like CarQuest, Napa, and all that stuff. So we're interacting with a lot of other cis guys, and whenever we're out in public or he's calling someone on the phone and he's like, yeah, so my young fella's gonna come over and pick it up, or he'll be by later. He uses all he, and he says my son, and he'll introduce me as like, this is my son Jackson, it's his car, it's blah 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 blah, so forth, which I really appreciate. So I mean I think he's like liking the idea more of having a son again, because my stepbrother, or my brother was his other stepson, has grown up and can't stand him. So I don't know. I think he's liking more this car son interaction thing. I think that might be helping him. But yeah, so I appreciate that a lot. and it's actually really nice to, you know, have it come from him, seeing he was super homophobic and hates gay guys and everything. Like, yeah. Work. I actually got this question at work one night. Out of the blue, looks at me and she says, "Jax, are you religious?" I'm like, I don't go to church all the time or ever since, I get kicked out. And then we just broke out in conversation, and I think she was just trying to understand, growing up, female body, and then she said, "Oh, well, it must be tough for you. I couldn't imagine my kids going through something like that, and you're really young to, to know what you want and to be doing this and making this commitment and all this stuff." So, yeah, it was a little different. Because I'm so paranoid in this, town. Everybody's so religious. I don't know. I never know what to expect from them. It's like, to my face, yeah, they're like trying to be respectful because that's their religion, is to, thou shalt not judge and all this. But I have the strongest feeling is like when I'm not around, they're talking shit, because half the people in this town is hypocritical. So that's where that's at. I am excited that, one my high school friend, he might be moving home, and in high school we were the only two gay people in high school, so it was interesting. We had a lot of random classroom talks, like, "Hey, so this happened," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm not ready for this conversation." But yeah, so he might be moving home, and I'm kind of excited about that because I'll actually have somebody to hang out with and relate to, and I can just be myself completely, and I don't have to explain things, and I don't have to, if I hang out with a cis guy, they're like, "Yeah, no, you're still a chick," and I'm like, "No, I'm fucking not," and yeah, I don't have to do that with him, so that's good. Yeah, so that there's just basically my life, little update, and some changes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the next 6 months brings me, and I'm really fucking hoping that I get a car soon so I can start actually saving more for my top surgery, because right now I have nothing. And yeah, that's one of the biggest priorities in my life. So I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I hope everybody else is doing good. And if you have any questions and whatnot, feel free to ask me. Leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram. It's JAX0403EN. That's my Instagram name. You see a lot more changes and a lot more updates on there. That's where I post everything. So, yeah, don't be shy if you want to message me or whatnot. Leave a comment for any questions. I'll answer them. And I'm out there too, like any trans guys that, if you're around the New Brunswick area, or close to Ontario and whatnot, shoot me a message. I travel a lot. I like to travel, so I'm going to start that again this summer, and maybe we'll meet up and whatnot. I got to go down to Halifax to see some people, so if you're down that way, let me know. I like to meet new people and new friends and whatnot, and I kind of need more people in the trans community to hang out with and relate to. Just kind of be myself with, because right now it's just me. But yeah, so anywho, that was that. That's my 6.5 months. This is 10 minutes long. It's too long. I'm gonna go now.